You guys are good. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us. We're going to get started here. It's so exciting to have so many people in the audience for a little bit of time. Today is Tuesday, April 28th, 2026, and this is a special meeting for the Litchfield Elementary School District Governing Board. I hereby call this meeting to order. The first item on the agenda is going to be the Pledge of Allegiance. If you could please stand and join us. Thank you. Next, we will take a moment of silent reflection. Okay, thank you. Next, we are going to move on to recognitions and celebrations, and I will let Dr. Davidson start us off on this.
Thank you, President Zaidama, and members of the community. Thank you for being here this evening. As you all know, we are celebrating Volunteer Appreciation for the month of April. And tonight, Ms. Yardley Zamorano, currently our generalist in our public relations team, will be leading this celebration along with Ms. Satterfield. And what we're going to be doing is honoring you volunteers who are here tonight, school by school. So as you hear your school name, feel free to rise. Sandy will read the individual names. You will join me and governing board members up front for a family photo. And then when we're all done with our volunteer recognition, please, we ask our leaders and or those that are here tonight on behalf of volunteers to grab a nice piece of cake from Dr. Venable. She took care of us this evening. So grab a piece of cake for the road. So thank you, and that's how we'll begin. Ms. Zamorano.
Good evening, Madam President, Governing Board, and our Litchfield community. As April comes to an end, we take a moment to recognize Volunteer Appreciation Month and celebrate those who support our Litchfield learners, our volunteers. While not everyone could be with us this evening, we are honored to recognize those here tonight, including both our parent organization leaders, parents, and community volunteers who give their time to support our schools. Our volunteers play an important role in helping our Litchfield learners believe, belong, and become. This evening, we are recognizing volunteers from several of our schools. For our volunteers, Sandy Satterfield, Executive Director of Human Resources, will be calling each school and volunteer name. When you are called, please come forward for your photo and then stay to the side so we can get a group picture. Thank you.
Recognizing Barbara Roby Elementary School, Julia Borunda, and Amy Vaught. Recognizing Belen Soto Elementary School, Anna Schellinger, Ashley Marie Tranberg, Ashley Smith, and Christina Markovitz. Although our Corte Sierra volunteers weren't able to be with us, we want to recognize and acknowledge their contributions as well. Moving on to Dreaming Summit Elementary School, we have Jane Bosom, Jenna Scott, and Michael McLaughlin. From Litchfield Elementary School, we'd like to recognize Christine Rodriguez. Our honorees from Maple Paget are Carrie Zakaris and Michelle Goss.
That would be fun, wouldn't it? She just all hop on. Right. She said you can hold a case of wine. Thank you.
From Palm Valley Elementary School, we'd like to recognize Christine Ruiz, Ashley Martin Lee, we have Christine Reese on the list twice, and Janelle Falcon. So we'll give them all a big hand. Also, we'd like to acknowledge those volunteers who couldn't be with us, but from Rancho Santa Fe and Scott Libby. Moving on to Troy Gilbert, L. Thomas Heck Elementary, we have Sarita Coleman and Anahi Cruz. From Verado Elementary School, Mandy Malinowski and Allison Rasmussen. From Verado Heritage Elementary School, we have Chelsea Durow and Josh Goldwasser.
We had a semifinals game. Heroes won over Bolton.
We'd like to recognize volunteerism at Verado Middle as well. They're not with us. But moving on to Western Sky Middle School, we have Sherry Papworth and Stacy Corbin. Right, and then we'd also like to publicly acknowledge the volunteerism at White Tanks Learning Center and Wigwam Creek, even though their participants were not able to be with us.
The cake is calling, everybody. Please grab a piece. Thank you.
Before everybody runs off, I just wanted to say thank you to all of our volunteers that are here. Yes, one more time, round of applause for our volunteers. Schools cannot do it alone. We need you guys every day to be there helping us out. Thank you guys for taking some time out of your evening to come today. Okay, now that it has cleared out, we're going to move on to the next. Huh? No public comments, so we're skipping that. Okay, so the next thing we're going to move on to is the adoption of the agenda and consideration of consent agenda. I would like to pull 6.1 from consent and see if anybody else has anything they want to pull. Ms. Wallace?
None for me.
Mr. Mikes?
None for me.
Mr. Owens?
None from me, thanks.
Okay, then I will make a motion to move 6.1 from consent, and then also I would like to move 8.1 to be the final of the administrative hiring parts. If to no to
second.
the end of the. Yeah, so. Okay, motion for myself, a second for Mr. Owens. I'll call for vote. Ms. Wallace,
Yay.
Mr. Mikes,
Yay.
Mr. Owens.
Yay.
I'm also a yay. Motion passes. With that, we'll now move on to what's now going to be 7.1. And I'm going to turn this over to Ms. Satterfield.
Madam President, members of the Governing Board, and my esteemed colleagues, it's my honor to share with you that the process that was followed for the Assistant Director of Special Education. We had 14 applicants. We had 11 who passed the paper screening and met the criteria to receive the in-basket activities. We had 5 candidates that we interviewed in the first round of the process, and we brought 2 candidates forward for the second round. With that being said, I'd like to bring forward, I'd like to defer to Dr. Davidson.
And Governing Board, before Ms. Satterfield makes the administrative recommendation, our candidate Megan is here in the audience, and we just want to welcome her and friends and guests tonight on behalf of this administrative recommendation. It's just great to have quality applicants willing and desirous of joining our team. So thank you for the consideration tonight, and I'll let Ms. Satterfield finish the administrative recommendation.
And our candidate that we're bringing forward for your consideration is Megan Johnston.
Ms. Wallace, did you have any questions or comments?
I do not have any questions, but I look forward to welcoming you to the Litchfield family.
Mr. Mikes?
No questions for me. Look forward for you to join us. It's a great family to be a part of.
Mr. Owens?
No questions, thanks.
I have no questions, so if someone would like to make a motion.
I move to approve consent agenda item 7.1 as presented.
Second.
Having a motion for Mr. Owens and a second for Mr. Mikes, I'll call for the vote. Ms. Wallace?
Yay.
Mr. Mikes?
Yay.
Mr. Owens?
Yay.
I'm also a yay. Motion passes.
Megan, would you please rise just so everybody knows who Megan is? So thank you and congratulations.
Welcome to the Litchfield District. We're excited to have you. Okay, we are going to move on now to 8.1, formerly 8.2. This will be by Executive Director Satterfield.
Okay. Thank you, Madam President, members of the Governing Board, and colleagues. I would like to take this opportunity to share with you the process we followed for the Director of Communications. We had 17 applicants for that position. We had 4 who received the in-basket activities, and the difference is a result of lack of experiences, similar experience, and educational level and knowledge. We brought 1 candidate forward for the final round of interviews, And with that said, I'd like to present for your consideration Yardley Zamorano for the Director of Communications.
And Madam President, before we vote on that administrative recommendation, if I could just say a few words as well. As you all know, this process, as Ms. Satterfield described, was had to be put into place based on our budget cuts and the work behind our budget. And Mr. Nuanis has joined us here tonight in celebration, hopefully in celebration of Ms. Zamorano's appointment. And I bring up his name because one of the things we talked about early on was an opportunity to grow the next person to take his seat. And what Yardley demonstrated through the process is that not only one, did she respond to quality coaching, but number two, that she outshined and outdid every single other candidate. She is prepared, and that was definitely seen throughout the entire process, which is why I only had one other candidate to bring to the final piece to that process. So just excited for the board to consider her appointment, and well done, Ms. Zamorano.
Ms. Wallace, did you have any questions or comments?
I do not have any questions, but we have loved working with you, and we are so glad that we can hopefully continue to work with you in the future. So thank you for being willing to step into the role, and we look forward to what's to come.
Mr. Mikes?
No questions for me. Very excited for hopefully Yardley to move into this next role and position for her life. So thank you.
Mr. Owens?
Like we mentioned last board meeting, Sam did a great job of creating a culture, and those are big shoes to fill, but we're excited to have you, and like I've discussed with you privately, just make sure I look good in all the photos.
I don't have any questions. I'm very excited for this. I get nothing but positive feedback about you all the time, Yardley. It's a big job, but I'm excited that you're going to be able to do that, and I have full faith in your ability to take that on. So with that, if someone would like to make a motion.
Move to approve administrative, Oh, there it is. Motion to approve the administrative recommendation for Yardley Zamorano as the Director of Communications.
I'll
I
second.
He beat you to the punch. A motion from Mr. Mikes and a second from Mr. Owens. I'll call for the vote. Ms. Wallace?
Yay.
Mr. Mikes?
Yay.
Mr. Owens?
Yay.
I'm also a yay. Motion passes. Okay, we're going to move on. This is a lot of hiring of a lot of awesome people tonight. We're going to move on to 8.2, previously 8.3.
Madam
Ms. Satterfield.
President, excuse me.
Yep, you're next.
Madam President, members of the governing board, and colleagues, I'd like to share the process for the assistant principal recommendation at Verado Middle. We had 17 applicants for that position as well. We had 15 who actually met the criteria through the paper screening, and we provided each of them with the in-basket activities. And I think one thing I forgot to mention is the in-basket activities are reviewed by several members of cabinet, as well as the principal in this case. And out of that, we had 5 candidates that were interviewed in the first round, and we had 2 candidates that we took forward to the second round. With that being said, we're happy to bring forward the name of a veteran administrator, Marcianne Hessler, for your consideration.
And of course, Ms. Zeitem, I'm going to butt in real quick. Ms. Satterfield described the process we went through, a very rigorous process. I just wanted to highlight and thank Ms. Hessler for considering Litchfield. Ms. Hessler was in administration for a long time, chose to re-enter the classroom, get her feet back, get them wet with the students of today. She's coming back to us as an administrator, and the connection as well as she was once Ms. Hill's, our current principal of Dreaming Summit's principal when Ms. Hill was administrator in training. So Ms. Hessler, welcome, and I'll certainly stand for the vote.
Ms. Wallace, any questions or comments?
No questions or comments. Welcome back, hopefully.
Mr. Mikes?
No questions or comments from me.
Mr. Owens?
None from me, thanks.
I don't have any questions. If someone would like to make a motion.
I'll move to approve the administrative recommendation for Marcianne Hessler as the assistant principal at Verado Middle School.
I second.
Having a motion for Mr. Owens, a second for Ms. Wallace, I'll call for the vote. Ms. Wallace?
Yay.
Mr. Mikes?
Yay.
Mr. Owens?
Yay.
I'm also a yay. Motion passes. Welcome to Litchfield. Okay, next we're going to do 8.4, which was previously 8.1. And I will let Ms. Satterfield start us off there.
Madam President, members of the governing board, and colleagues, I would like to share a very important role that we're trying to fill and the process that we followed in doing so. Once again, we had 17 applicants for the position. We actually, through the paper screening process, narrowed that to 5 candidates. There we saw a number of candidates who came forward who had not had district level experience, and a number who had not had preparatory experience to step into the significant role of the deputy superintendent. So 5 received the in-basket activities. 2 candidates were interviewed both in the first round and again in the second round. So we are most happy to bring forward for your consideration our very own Dr. Jennifer Benjamin.
Dr. Davidson.
I don't know if I should say anything on this one. No, but President's item, I thank you for just giving us the chance to recommend an internal candidate, Dr. Jen Benjamin, for this role. You know, I had one of the people on one of the interview panels there that joined us say to me, you know, Carter, it's a no-brainer. And that was after the interviews had happened. And for me, bringing Jennifer tonight as the applicant, it is a no-brainer. Jen Ben has prepared. She's ready to take that seat, which is often a hot seat. And she is trusted, loved, and valued across the entire organization. So it's an easy one. Thank you.
Ms. Wallace, did you have any questions or comments?
It's probably not a very PC comment, but I don't think that anyone else would have been able to be voted in. I think we all would have revolted. So I feel bad for all the other applicants because they did not stand a chance.
Mr. Mikes?
I am absolutely not surprised, and I think trusted, loved, and valued is an excellent way to put it, because that is what it feels like when we step onto any campus or any place in this district, and the response that she gets from the employees around us, and it's felt and well deserved.
Mr. Owens?
I mean, I guess I was the only one that was completely shocked by this recommendation. Didn't see it coming. Obviously, that's a lie, so no comments from me.
I don't have any questions. I adore Dr. Benjamin and think she is one of the greatest gifts that this district has ever had. And so we are extremely blessed to have had her grow within our district throughout this time and now move up to this role. And I hope you'll stay with us for a long time and not try to leave us. So with that, if somebody would like to make a motion.
I will move to approve the administrative recommendation that Dr. Jennifer Benjamin as the Deputy Superintendent of Academic Success.
Second.
Having a motion from Mr. Owens and a second from Ms. Wallace, I'll call for the vote. Ms. Wallace?
Very big yes.
Mr. Mikes?
Yay.
Mr. Owens?
Yay.
I'm also a yay. Motion passes. Not to put anybody on the spot, but we did hire a lot of people. Could Yardley take a picture of all of our amazing people we hired right now? Would that be okay? Is that breaking some rules or something? I know. So Sam is right there. He's going to do it for us. He's going to take it for the team. Okay, let's move on because I think that it's not going to be a late night tonight, so that's another gift for all of us. So let's move on here to 8.5, right? No, 8.4, sorry. Okay, to 8.4. And this is going to be by Michael Vaughn over there. I hate this agenda.
Madam President, members of the Governing Board, Superintendent Davidson, colleagues and community, thank you for joining me tonight to discuss the possibility of calling for an M&O override continuation election for this November. We discussed this possibility last board meeting, but I'd like to bring your attention to one change we've made since our last discussion. This resolution calls for an M&O override continuation election with the following categories: coordination of existing school safety efforts, recruit and retain effective teachers and staff, a nurse at each school, teacher and staff pay, special area programs such as physical education, music, band, art, athletic programs, and focused intervention programs such as reading specialists, intervention specialists, instructional coaches, behavior coaches, student advisors. These categories support the removal of the word maintain, as we discussed, and also incorporate school safety, which we have found are important to our community and our advisors recommend to include. I'm available to answer any questions you may have at this time.
Ms. Wallace?
No questions, thank you.
Mr. Mikes?
No questions.
Mr. Owens? Yeah, I don't have any questions about the language. Is that all? And then we're just going to vote. I think it's important to remember why we need these M&O overrides and bonds, right? They're separate, but they're both very important. I think when you talk about taxation, right? Like, nobody likes to pay taxes necessarily, but it's how we fund education. It's how we fund a lot of things. And I think when you really look at taxes and where your dollars go, how many of your tax dollars do you give to the federal government, to the state government, to city that you have no control over? You go and you hope that they get spent appropriately. When you look at M&O tax dollars, you know exactly where they're going. We are just like that list of things that was listed, right? Those, you have direct control over that. So it's so important that you don't lose sight of that and think this is more government waste, because it's not. This is investing in our children. For those of people who don't have children in the public education system, somebody funded your education, right? That was paid for. You are investing in your community, its growth, and its future. So please remember that when you're casting your vote, that this isn't just, and it's not, it's money, right? Those that can go someplace else, but this is money that you're investing into the children in your neighborhood. So that's all I want to emphasize and stress, that the value of this vote is a lot bigger than just some additional tax. But no questions on the language.
I don't have any questions, and Mr. Owens basically stole my thunder, that I think it's very important. This is a great way for local money to stay in our local communities, and like he said, this is us knowing exactly where our tax dollars are going. So we're not asking you for any more money than you are already giving to our schools, but we are asking that you continue to support this district that is number 3 in the state of Arizona, and we are an A-rated district, and we have many A schools, and we know that this is the best school district out there. So we hope that people will continue to support us. If someone would like to make a motion.
I'll move to approve the resolution calling for the LASD 79 M&O override election as presented.
A second.
Having a motion for Mr. Owens and a second for Mr. Mikes, I'll call for the vote. Ms. Wallace?
Yay.
Mr. Mikes?
Yay.
Mr. Owens?
Yay.
I'm also a yay. Motion passes. Okay, thank you. With that, we are going to move on to item 8.5, which is going to be by Dr. Benjamin. Sorry.
That's all right.
I do not like this new agenda. Thank you.
I know, it's different looking at it this way. Good evening, Madam President, members of the Governing Board. This evening, I am excited to bring forward the Classified Evaluation Instrument. This has been a long time coming. We did do the presentation at the last meeting 2 weeks ago. There was no questions or feedback, so we didn't change anything. And I stand for any questions or sit for any questions. If there's any additional things that you'd like to discuss, otherwise we are hopeful that you will approve the classified evaluation this evening.
Ms. Wallace?
I just again want to say thank you for your work with this, especially with creating the individualized evaluation for every employee that's specific to them. It's a huge document if you look through it, and I'm sure it was very lengthy and time consuming, but I appreciate the work that went into that to then give feedback specifically to every position.
Mr. Mikes?
No questions, but I ditto everything that Ms. Wallace just said.
Mr. Owens?
Yeah, I'm glad that it's 153 pages of combined evaluations and not one evaluation, but no questions.
No questions. I've said it a bunch. Like, I can't believe how much work this has taken, and I don't think, again, any of us knew how much it was going to be, but it was very much needed, and we're very much appreciative of all the work that everybody has put into making this happen. It's going to be something that is meaningful and that we can actually use it to have real conversations with people that will then have real effective change in what's happening. So thank you. And if somebody would like to make a motion.
I move to approve the classified evaluation framework as presented.
A second.
Having a motion from Ms. Wallace and a second from Mr. Mikes, I'll call for a vote. Ms. Wallace?
Yay.
Mr. Mikes?
Yay.
Mr. Owens?
Yay.
I'm also a yay. Motion passes. And that's everybody, right? Now we are done. All of our employees. Woohoo! That's celebration. Woohoo! We're going to move on now to 8.6.
I have the privilege of one more item this evening, and I believe that this is the final item before we are adjourning our meeting. I have come this evening bringing back the approval of the special education boundary changes for sales from Palm Valley to Troy Gilbert. There are 30C from Palm Valley, 40A, B, C, and D from Palm Valley to Troy Gilbert, and 41A and C. Those boundary changes will help alleviate a tiny bit of the overcrowding at Palm Valley right now. Families are aware that they can try open enrollment if there's room available. It will also help for additional students that might be moving into those areas in the future. And I stand for or sit for any questions, and hopefully this will be approved this evening.
Ms. Wallace?
I don't have any questions, and as a parent that has had boundary changes happen to them before, I understand that it's never comfortable, but in all cases, it's what is necessary. They're not just for fun. They are for what is the best interest of growing schools and districts. So thank you for your work with this, and to the 3 families that are disrupted, we're sorry.
Mr. Mikes?
No questions for me.
Mr. Owens?
No questions, thank you.
I don't have any questions either. I appreciate the thought that went into this and the fact that you did have conversations with those families that were impacted, and we didn't hear from them, so obviously those went okay. So thank you for that. With that, if somebody would like to make a motion.
I move to approve the sales specialized program boundary changes as presented.
I second.
Having a motion from Mr. Owens and a second from Ms. Wallace, I'll call for the vote. Ms. Wallace?
Yay.
Mr. Mikes?
Yay.
Mr. Owens?
Yay.
I'm also a yay. Motion passes. And that we are done except for one more motion.
Perfect timing, Dr. Doozy. I move to adjourn the meeting.
I second.
Having a motion from Mr. Owens and a second from Mr. Mikes. Ms. Wallace, your vote?
Yay.
Mr. Mikes?
Yay.
Mr. Owens?
Yay.
I'm a yay. Motion passes. This meeting is adjourned. Thank you for joining us, everyone.